think people get caught up in titles and
Yeah.
their egos take over. It's important to be a team player and to have like a small team of people that you can rely on.
Welcome to another episode of the Art of Individuality on Between 10 and 5, brought to you by Glenn Fiddich. Today we're speaking to Thabang Moleya, who is a commercials director at Bouffant and also currently working on a feature film.
Yes,
Thabang,
yeah.
welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So you've kind of come through a long process of you've been doing a bunch of different film work. Now you found your stride in commercials.
Right.
What kind of stories do you like telling?
I like telling relatable stories. I like telling real stories. I like telling stories that where people can see a reflection of themselves, or either themselves or someone that they know. Yeah, I think for me, my strength is being a performance director. So a lot of my commercials are very performance driven, and I also like working with kids. But I come from a long form background of doing TV dramas, and I think that like grueling boot camp gave me the skill that's required to be a strong performance director.
Yeah. Were there any big breakthrough moments for you that you found like cool? That was like a moment that kind of put you on a new level.
I wouldn't say really. Well, I think every like milestone or achievement in one's career is always a setup for something else, you know.
Mm.
So there've been many that I've always felt like, wow, like I can't believe this is happening. And I think it was just really like it was just an affirmation that I'm in the right direction, or at least I know what I'm doing.
There's a lot of commercial work at the moment. There's a lot of
Yes.
people doing work. How do you differentiate yourself in the industry?
Well, I think I've got an edge. I think I've got like I think there's a rawness and an edge that I bring, that I draw from myself. I think with any director, we always put a piece of ourselves in our work. And I think the deeper we can go within ourselves, the greater our work can be. There are a lot of performance directors, there are a lot of commercials. It's hard to stand out. I'm at a good company. I believe Bouffant has a nice, strong stable of directors, and our producers and our exec producers really represent us and go out there. And I think that's already allowed us to be different from the rest. You know, the company itself and who I associate myself with has helped me really stand out. And I've been fortunate to work with some really great agencies and some really good scripts as well.
And where do you see the industry going? Where do you see the industry and yourself positioned in that industry in the next 5 years?
Well, fortunately, I think the industry is growing remarkably. It's just the quality that's also like a question, you know. I think with local channels, obviously commissioning out a lot more work, it's generating a lot of work for people, but it's also, I think there's a quality that's kind of, so it's like a positive and a negative at the same time. The industry is growing, there's more people who want to study the medium, there's more people interested in film, more than there was 10 years ago, you know, so our market's growing, and slowly I think our audiences are also becoming proudly South African of the movies we're making and are watching more local content, you know. But the negative of that is that the quality of the work is not that great. So it brings to, you know, it's a different conversation about budget, how much people are given, and stuff like that, you know. So I think it's a pro and con.
But there's a lot more African and South African stories being told, which is great. I mean,
Yes.
it's good to see that there's more of this narrative out there.
Yes, definitely. Look, I think like the Nigerian market, like work on getting people in first, work on the audience growing, and then maybe at a later stage we can start working on quality. Because at the end of the day, I think the stuff that doesn't have the authenticity and the touch and the textures will inevitably fall away and disappear. And then I think hopefully the people that are making the good work will stand out.
Yeah. What advice would you give to young directors that are looking to make it in the industry at the moment?
It's obviously very hard in terms of, you know, I've been fortunate to be doing it for like 12 years, and only now I think I'm able to be comfortable in my skin, you know. It's a very trying and gruesome journey. you have to be patient, you have to be resilient, you have to really work hard, and you have to just like keep going, you know. Doors will close, you need to like not give up. So perseverance, dedication, hard work, and also being a team player, you know. I think people get caught up in titles and their egos take over. It's important to be a team player and to have like a small team of people that you can rely on, that have your back. You know?
At the same, I think having a good team that's around you is incredibly important. But at the same time, having your vision of what you want to create, is that ultimately it's your product.
Yes, right? Sure. Yeah. But you also can't do it alone.
No. Yeah. But you surround yourself with the right kind of people that can work towards the same vision.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Tabang, you're working on a new feature film. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I'm working on my first feature film, which is actually a book adaptation. The book is called Happiness is a Four-Letter Word, written by Cynthia Jelle. So it's the first book that's been adapted into a screenplay by a black novelist. So it's very exciting. It's a romantic film. It's a romantic drama. It's kind of like Sex and the City in 2015 with middle to upper class new money characters. But also with all that wealth, there's flaws and there's conflicts of the heart and the mind, and the ladies ultimately have to choose what happiness is for them. I'm very excited about it. Obviously, it's obviously my first film, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's coming out in 2016 in February, Valentine's month, so look out for it.
And that's quite a big growth for you as well. I mean, you come from the TV world into commercials now, and then now into feature film. That's a great career progression.
Yes, yeah, and I'm also, I think with my experience in the last 6 years as a commercials director, I'm able to give the film the attention that it needs and the detail that it needs, and I'm able to finesse certain things, and so it's almost like I'm prepping for a really long commercial, which is very tiring, but that's what it is.
Thabang, thank you very much for joining us on the Art of Individuality. It's been great to have you here. We look forward to more of your work.
Thank you very much for having me.